Completion of this chapter, you will be able to explain the importance of an interview, imbibe the skills and expertise an interview requires, identify the engagement rules of a face-to-face interview, know how to answer the interview questions effectively, list do's and don'ts of an effective interview, develop a good opening and closing interview strategy, identify your strengths and weaknesses, describe the steps to get general information about the organization. An interview is a widely used process of screening applicants for jobs. It provides the most direct information about a candidate, his or her skills, background, and personality types. According to Gary Dessler, an interview is a procedure designed to obtain information from a person's oral responses to oral inquiries. According to Bovey and Thill, an interview is any planned conversation with a specific purpose involving two or more people. Preparation for a job interview. Every interview is an experience of learning which takes place during the preparation. It is useful for the interview you are appearing for. The initial preparation requires a thorough investigation of skills, accomplishments, expertise, and your interests. The interview preparation includes 4 P's, that is, prepare, practice, present, and participate. Prepare. Being prepared for the interview increases the confidence level of an individual. Practice. Rehearsing what you want to say during an interview helps you sound confident and saves you from common mistakes. Present. The way you present yourself in an interview, that is, your appearance, your body language, your attitude, is very important to achieve your goal. Participate. Participating actively with a positive attitude is also required for a successful interview. Preparing for a job interview. Common preparations for an effective interview include carrying out an assessment of your skills, strengths, and weaknesses, and your interest for the job. Researching the organization. Make sure that you have enough information about the organization. For instance, the organization's position in the industry, nature of the job, etc. Updating your resume. This is another important factor. You must be sure that you have updated your latest certification and accomplishments before you appear for the interview. You must also check grammar and spelling. Preparing a list of commonly asked questions. Make a list of 10 to 15 commonly asked questions based on your qualification, projects handled, skills, etc. Understanding the venue details. Be doubly sure as to where the organization is located, for instance, the landmark, the floor, etc. Do's before an interview. Dress appropriately as per corporate setting. It is advisable to be formally dressed, as the first impression is the last impression. Take care of personal grooming and cleanliness. It should be noted that you are well shaved, nails are properly cut, and hair is trimmed. Reach 10 to 15 minutes early. It is always better to be at the venue 10 to 15 minutes early, as you get time to settle yourself and be ready for the interview. Be sure about the interview time and location. Find out how long it takes to get there. Make sure you have sufficient time in hand to reach the interview location. Don'ts before an interview. Don't stay up late at night. Staying up late at night may result in you appearing dull and lethargic during the interview. Don't overeat or have carbonated soft drinks. Avoid overeating as it may produce belching, burping, and you may appear unprofessional during the interview. Don't feel as if you are not going to be selected. Make sure that you are confident even if it's your first interview experience. Don't feel nervous. Don't feel nervous because of the atmosphere at the interview venue. Don't forget to be courteous to everybody. Make sure that you greet the person at the entrance as well as the reception. Men's interview attire. Navy or dark grey suit with formal dark trousers and full-sleeved shirt. A long sleeve shirt which is white in color or coordinated with the suit. Black or brown matching belt. With or without a tie. Dark socks and conservative leather shoes. Little or no jewelry. A neat hairstyle. Minimal aftershave. Neatly trimmed nails. Document file or briefcase for any papers that you need to carry. Women's interview attire. Navy, black or dark grey suit, sober salwar kameez, sari if an Indian attire is required. The suit skirt should be long enough to enable you to sit down comfortably. Coordinated blouse, conservative shoes, limited jewelry, no dangling earrings or arms full of bracelets. Neat hairstyle, light makeup and perfume, neatly manicured but clean nails, portfolio or briefcase. Scene 1 is about how incorrectly presenting oneself in an interview leads to rejection. The first round of the interview process at HD Technologies. Kunal Gautam is the HR manager who is conducting the interview. Mr. Tarun Kumar has been waiting to be called in for the interview.
Are you Mr. Tarun Kumar?
Yes, of course I am Tarun. Who else do you expect me to be?
It's nice to meet you, Tarun. My name is Kunal Gautam and I am the HR manager here. You can call me Kunal. I hope you have not been waiting too long.
Oh, don't ask. You guys have kept me waiting for more than 20 minutes. I was about to leave this place. Good for you that you called me.
Okay, Mr. Tarun Kumar, you may leave for the day. Maybe one of our executives will get in touch with you. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, really. Thanks. We just saw how Tarun lost the opportunity to be a part of HD Technologies. Scene 2 is about how improper body language mars one's chances to be selected. The first round of the interview process at HD Technologies. Kunal Gautam is the HR manager who is conducting the interview. Ms. Tanya Mehta has been waiting to be called in for the interview.
Are you Miss Tanya Mehta?
Yes, sir.
It's nice to meet you, Tanya. My name is Kunal Gautam and I am the HR manager here.
I'm pleased to meet you, sir.
You can call me Kunal. I hope you have not been waiting for too long.
No, sir, it's absolutely fine.
I hope you are comfortable, Tanya.
Scene 1 is about how incorrectly presenting oneself in an interview leads to rejection. The first round of the interview process at HD Technologies. Kunal Gautam is the HR manager who is conducting the interview. Mr. Tarun Kumar has been waiting to be called in for the interview.
Are you Mr. Tarun Kumar?
Yes, of course I am Tarun. Who else do you expect me to be?
It's nice to meet you, Tarun. My name is Kunal Gautam and I am the HR manager here.
Do's of an interview. Treat everybody with courtesy and respect. If you are told to wait for some time after reaching the venue, don't be impatient and disrespect anyone. Be polite and courteous. Greet everybody after getting into the interview room. Be ready for a handshake. Make sure that your handshake is not limp, nor is it a vice-like grip. Be an attentive listener to comprehend questions and respond correctly. Address the interviewer as sir or ma'am. Call them by their first names only if they insist. Maintain eye contact throughout the interview. This makes you look confident. Look alert and sit straight in your seat. Be comfortable. Respond to questions warmly and with specific, related, and real-life examples. Ask for clarification if you don't understand a question. Asking for clarification is anytime better than answering incorrectly. Be brief and concise in your response. Keep your answers to the point. Give relevant information only. Use formal words and expressions and appropriate grammar. With formal responses such as yes, of course, for sure, absolutely, etc. Display your interest in the employer and the job that you are being interviewed for. Always maintain a slight smile on your face to show that you are interested in being there. Reply to the questions in a positive manner. Keep your tone polite but firm. Take time to respond to any tricky or complex question, as haste makes waste. Don'ts of an interview. Don't sit till you are offered a seat. Don't slouch and fidget. Don't make excessive body movements. Excessive movement of hands and feet are not considered positive during an interview. Don't talk negative about previous employers or managers, as it leaves a negative impression of you. Don't show lack of interest during the interview. It shouldn't feel as if you are there for the interview just for practice. Don't give the impression that you are only interested in money or salary. Show your interest in the job profile too. Don't be rude and imprudent. Say no politely. Turning down a proposal should be done politely. Never be rude while saying no. Don't use slang. You must avoid expressions such as yeah, uh-huh, and fillers such as okay, etc. Don't chew gum. Make sure that while you are in conversation with the interviewer, your mouth is empty and you are not chewing anything, as talking and chewing at the same time does not go hand in hand. Don't smell of sweat. Make sure before entering the interview venue that you are not smelling of sweat. Apply body spray which is mild and not too strong. Don't keep your mobile on during the interview. Keeping your mobile on the silent mode can also cause disturbances at times due to vibrations. Don't leave in a hurry. Shake hands before leaving the room. Expressions such as nice to meet you, have a nice day can be used. Negotiation skills. The main purpose of negotiating is to get closer to your objectives. As people say, negotiation is all about getting a win-win situation. Techniques required to be a good negotiator. Put yourself in the other person's shoes and consider how they would react to your proposals. Do not stick to a specific point of negotiation. Follow different styles and mannerisms to negotiate. Be comfortable in whatever style you choose. Be calm, relaxed, and focused. How to handle negotiation responses. Tips to handle responses. After getting a response from the other party, do not feel obliged to respond immediately. Take time, ask for clarifications if required. Write down the key notes or points if required. Evaluate the given proposal and compare it with what you have proposed. Discuss the responses in detail. Share your feedback on the terms offered. Talk about inconsistencies, if any. Give suggestions on how things can move closer to your objectives. Negotiate in a calm but firm way and don't forget to be polite. Settle things if it is agreeable to you. Always have a written agreement to avoid disputes in future. Always conclude on good terms. Give a positive response for continuing correspondence. Scene 1 is about how people fail to negotiate well and get a good package. Telephonic negotiation, round of the interview process between HR manager of HD Technologies and an interviewee. Rahul Sethi is the HR manager who is negotiating. Mr. Avinash Singh is at home awaiting a response from HD Technologies.
Hello Avinash, is this a good time to talk to you?
Oh, hi Rahul. Would you mind calling me after 10 minutes or so, as I am busy washing the dishes?
Okay, but I hope you are available after 10 minutes.
Sure, Rahul.
Hello Avinash, it's Rahul again. I hope you are free to talk now.
Yeah, tell me.
As an outcome of the interview process, we would like to make you an offer for the position of executive. The annual salary for this position would be 3 lakh.
Is it? Just 3 lakh? No ways. My other friends are getting much more than what you have offered. I think you must rework on the offer and increase the amount.
Fine Avinash, I will get back to you if the company norms permit.
Is Avinash's way of responding to Rahul's call acceptable? Avinash was not very professional in the way he responded. Now, let's take up another scenario which is a better example of negotiation. Scene 2 is about a better way of negotiating. Telephonic negotiation round of the interview process between HR manager of HD Technologies and an interviewee. Rahul Sethi is the HR manager who will be negotiating. Mr. Avinash Singh is at home awaiting a response from HD Technologies.
Hello Avinash, I hope is this the right time to talk to you?
Yes, sir. I was waiting for the call.
As an outcome of the interview process, we would like to offer you a position which carries annual salary of 3 lakh.
Thank you for your offer and your interest in hiring me. I'm really pleased. I'm interested in the position you are offering, but I would appreciate if you grant me some more time to review the offer.
Let me know if anything is stopping you from accepting this offer.
To be honest, I found the salary package to be a bit below the average salary being offered in the industry currently. Can the salary be negotiated?
I'm a bit surprised that you find the salary package below your expectation. I assure you that you will have tremendous opportunities to grow and learn the renowned brand like HD Technologies.
I totally agree with you, sir. But once I agree to join, I'll have to relocate from my hometown and the expenses of living in the city on my own would be high.
I understand your concern, Avinash, but the benefits and perks which come with this package can address your financial concerns and you won't feel let down.
I spoke to one of your executives about the benefits and I'm absolutely fine with it. But I still request you to consider an increase in the salary.
Okay, let me have a word with my management and see what else can be done.
In this scenario, observe that Avinash did not close the deal and left it open for further consideration. Let's take up another situation of how follow-ups should be done after the negotiation process. Scene 3 is about how one should follow up. Mr. Avinash Singh is at home and trying to reach out to Mr. Rahul Sethi at HD Technologies. Mr. Rahul Sethi, the HR manager at HD Technologies, is sitting at his desk with his computer on. Hello, Mr. Sethi. Is this the right time to talk to you?
Hello Avinash, nice to hear from you. Tell me how I can help you.
Sir, I called to find out about the progress on the conversation we had last time regarding the salary.
Oh yes, I did discuss it with my seniors and they are willing to revise your salary component. They have come out with a figure of 3.25 lakh. I hope that meets your expectation.
That's really wonderful. I would like to assure you that I will do justice to the role and the salary that the organization has offered me. Furthermore, when can I expect the offer letter so that I make my travel arrangements accordingly?
Well Avinash, as you have agreed to join us, you would receive your offer letter by end of the day. Kindly send us the confirmation mail once you received it.
This is an example of follow-up and negotiation skills in closing the deal. How to answer interview questions. Now we will learn how to answer commonly asked interview questions. This will help us understand how to answer the questions correctly to secure a job. Tell me something about yourself. Be brief while responding. Don't include your life history or other irrelevant details. Talk about relevant work experience, achievements, and expertise. Show your interest in joining. A brief on your career objectives should be given. Talk about your strengths and skills that you have to offer to them. Start with a greeting, for instance, good morning or hello everyone, depending on whom you are speaking to. Then introduce yourself by saying, my name is, you can give your name, or I am so and so, and give your name. Never say myself so and so. Talk about your academic qualifications. For example, I have completed my bachelor's degree in science from Maharashtra University. If you have achieved a first class or distinction, please mention it. If you have higher academic achievements after bachelor's, then mention those first. After that, speak about your technical skills. If you have any special skills, awards, and any certifications, then you may talk about those. If you have work experience, draft a career summary and mention it here. Mention any projects or special assignments that you are proud of. Talk about your goals and objectives. Strengths and weaknesses can be mentioned in a diplomatic way. Most companies do not expect or even encourage too much of personal information. Thank politely and end the conversation gracefully. Be ready for questions. Why should we hire you? Talk about your best qualification and experience. Talk about how you can be an asset to the company. Talk about how you can produce exceptional results. Talk about your passion for the job profile. Talk about your communication skills and abilities to convince. Talk about how you can be a team player. What are your strengths? Make sure that your strengths match the job requirements. Be genuine and accurate. Be brief and concise. Your responses should be relevant to the job. Demonstrate with example. What are your weaknesses? While answering this question, make your response skill related. Make a weakness appear to be a strength. Describe it as an action that needs to improve. What are your achievements? While describing your achievements, you can talk about educational achievements. For your educational achievements, you can talk about the distinctions gained, if any, or if you have received an award for any examination or any scholarships won, etc. Work-related achievements. Mentioning your work-related achievements can include you being selected as a team lead or completing the targets within the said or given time frame or being awarded as the employee of the month, etc. Personal achievements. Your personal achievements may include you being a part of certain volunteering jobs or being helpful in charitable work or helping others learn something, etc. What do you know about our organization? Research the company thoroughly. It is advisable that you must research the company you want to work for. Go through the company websites before going for the interview. Before appearing for the interview, always go through the company website to gain knowledge about its vision, mission, its services, etc. Give details about the organization. While answering the question, mention all the necessary points you read from the website. Talk about the company's position in the corporate world. Also mention the company's position in the industry and how within a few years the company has gained its success. Display your knowledge without sounding as though you know all about the organization. What is your career objective? While answering this question, make sure that your answer creates an impact, is a short and targeted statement, is not more than 3 to 4 lines, relates to and matches the job requirement. Where do you see yourself 5 years down the line? Your answer should be a blueprint of your aim. Your answer must describe the long-term goals of your career, mentioning the measures and ways to achieve it. Follow the SMART approach, SMART, where S means specific, M stands for measurable, A is attainable, R for relevant, and T for time. Sound realistic. Your answer should match your career objective and sound real and job specific. Should not be a threat to the interviewer's position. Don't say or don't sound like I want to see myself in your position.
Hello, Tushar. Would you introduce yourself, please?
Well, Tushar is my name, as you know. I'm a graduate and want a job now. That's all.
What else would you like to tell us about yourself?
There's nothing much to tell you about myself.
Hello, Tushar. Would you introduce yourself, please?
Hello, sir. My name is Tushar Kumar. As far as my qualification is concerned, I've completed my master's and graduation from XYZ University. I'm seeking an opportunity where I can utilize my potential and my skills for the growth of the organization. I'm a keen learner who loves to work in a team. I enjoy participating in group activities.
That sounds nice. Tell me something about your strengths.
Sure, I'm a goal-oriented person who has a never-give-up attitude. I'm a self-motivated personality who is sociable with all. Now let us take up a story of an interview that went wrong. Read the story carefully to answer the following questions. Now let us take up a story of an interview that went wrong. Read the story carefully to answer the following questions. Points to remember. Let's go back and recall some of the important points. Be thoroughly prepared. Research the organization. Update your resume. Reach before time. Dress formally. Be polite and courteous to all. Follow the SMART approach while answering. Give brief and concise responses. Be aware of your body language. Leave the interview venue on a positive note. Be ready for a handshake. Be sure of what you want to say. Don't hesitate to negotiate. Avoid using slang. Show your enthusiasm for the job. Avoid tea or coffee if it is offered. Don't forget to follow up. Summary. In this module, you have learnt the importance of an interview, the skills and expertise an interview requires, the engagement rules of a face-to-face interview, to answer the interview questions effectively, the do's and don'ts of an effective interview, to develop a good opening and closing interview strategy, to recognize your strengths and weaknesses, the method to gather general information about the organization that has called you for the interview.